Welcome to the Makeup Library. I'm Rebecca McGillicuddy, the librarian. Today we'll be discussing brushes. This is going to be a multiple part video. I don't want it to be too long. I want to get in depth with you guys immediately. So today we're going to actually be discussing powder brushes. There are multiple different kinds. And if you would like to come down here with me to my table, I can show you what they look like. Okay, you'll notice that the brushes that I have laid out here are Makeup Forever brushes. They're actually part of the Artisan collection. You don't necessarily have to use the Makeup Forever. It's my preference. Now I'm going to go down the line. This is a large powder brush. Can also be considered a kabuki brush. This is a long, domed shaped powder brush. This one is a long, large, oval shape brush, okay? This one is a regular size, round brush. It's not only round this way, but it is also round this way. This is a flat oval, not as long as this one. This is a multiple length brush in a larger size, and then this one is in a smaller size. Same exact multiple length brush. This one is a completely short, round brush. It's got alternating lengths of brushes, or bristles, my apologies, that create this complete round look. And then this is your medium to short dome brush. Now that I've given you an up-close look at each of the brushes here, I'm going to go individually and explain them. I'm going to start with my largest one. Now this one can also be considered a kabuki brush. We'll go more in depth into the kabuki later, but it is a very full, very large brush. It can be used for facial powdering, but my preference for this one is when I do body painting. And so you'll see this not only show up in the kabuki collection, but you'll also see it show up in the body painting collection. Now the rest of these I use for the face. This one, as well as both of these, I enjoy using when I'm powdering around the eyes, the nose, just really being able to get the powder packed in. Now, individually, this brush has, because Makeup Forever's Artisan brushes are made with wavy and straight, this one is the one I love the most. Because as you can see, it can really get in to the eye area very easily, as well as into the nose, around the mouth, even the forehead and the cheeks, and I'm just able to roll it as I go. Whereas the other ones, even the round ones, they roll, but my preference is this one. This will hold a lot of powder, especially allowing me to get right in close to the eyes and get those powdered down so that I don't have any creasing. Now the other ones, these two are old school. Well, I call old school because I've actually had these the longest. These here are 15 years old, and I love them. This one is my flat powder and my round powder. I actually use both of these for my blushes. I like to use this size when I'm actually powdering the entire face, as well as the first brush that I mentioned. This allows me to control where the powder is going. It allows me to really get in, again, into all of the areas and make sure that I'm completely powdered on any of my clients. It's also really great on set because I can pack this with powder, put it in my set bag for my client, and then I can very easily go back in and touch up as needed. With both of these brushes, I have two different lengths. I have the wavy, which is the short, the straight, which is the long. The straight will grab the product, the wavy will blend it out. So with both sizes, tired of getting stumbled on my teeth. Now with both of these brushes, I get two different length and two different type bristles. The shorter ones are wavy, the taller ones are straight. The straight ones grab the product, the wavy ones blend. With both the sizes, not only am I able to take care of the entire face, but I'm also able to get in with the eyes. So if I don't have this one handy, both of these can also take care of those areas. This one is also another favorite of mine, because not only can I use it for powder, especially on smaller faces, but if in a pinch I don't have access to a foundation brush, which I should with all of these brushes, I can also use it as a foundation brush. So it's completely up to you. It's a full wavy brush, and it also gives you the look of what is called the airbrush technique. With this one, it's smaller. Again, gets into the eye areas, especially if you have clients that really don't like to have their eyes touched and don't really want to have a large brush in their eye. This one will work just as well. You can also use it for eyeshadow brush, so you'll see it again when I do talk about eyes. Now, I am going to show a little bit of a demonstration on this. I have my Makeup Forever loose powder. It's a super matte. I love it because it has silk in it, and it really, really is nice and refined. I'm using a darker color. Now, if you'd like to come over again, I can show you what we can do. Okay, we're going to use the back of my hand, and I'm going to use a medium color so it can actually show up on my hand so you can see this. I'm going to go to the first face brush that I demonstrated, because I really don't need to demonstrate the larger one. I'm going to roll it just slightly in the powder. You can see how the straight brushes, because this is a combination of straight and wavy, grabs that product. Now I'm going to just tap it off, because you do not want to go to someone's face full brush of powder, because you'll freckle their clothes with that powder. Now I'm going to just take and roll. You can see how easy it is to roll the product in as if you were working under the eyes or even above the eyes, and how that really, really coats and gets that onto the product or onto your face. Okay? And then now I'm going to go to the flatter ones. I know I said I use them for doing cheeks and everything like that, but like I said, you can still use them for powder. I've dusted it off. You really don't need a lot of this powder when you're using the right brush. Okay? It's nice and soft. It's in there. I did not need to use a whole lot. Now the other ones are self-explanatory as to the second one. What I am going to go to is this one. This is the short and wavy, long and short hair. And you'll see how the long bristles grab the product again. I'm going to knock it off. And then I'm going to go to my hand. I'm laying down the product, and I'm going to now move the side of the bristle into there, because you can see here how the wavy really blends that out. And it actually has blended itself into my hand very well, so it looks almost like my hand has gotten a tan. But it's not. Now I'm going to show you the love I have of this brush. Again, picks up nice and easily. Also, you do not need much powder, so I'm knocking it off. You can see how much is still, even though I'm knocking this off, how much is still on my brush. So a little goes a long way with this product. And then again, roll it. You can roll the entire face or the entire project with this and not have to worry about any powder flicking off, because you're rolling, you're not brushing. These brushes are amazing to work with. This one I did not mention earlier can also be considered a kabuki brush, but you will find me mentioning it when I talk about them. Lastly is the smaller dome brush. Again, picks up a lot of powder nice and easily. I'm actually going to use the tattooed area of my hand to show this one. When you're using it with eyeshadow, You really need to be aware of how much product you're picking up with it, because you can really overload and destroy the work that you're working on. This one can roll and blend out. This one you can also stipple the product in and blend out. Okay, now that I've demonstrated that, let me get the powder out of the way. Wipe my counter off. One thing you'll notice with me is I am a neat freak, as well as an organized freak. So I will always keep my area clean. Now, you're going to ask me, what brushes as a professional should I be holding on to? These are all actually in my kit, but they don't have to be in yours. My recommendation for you is most definitely, if you can get one of these, you're going to be in heaven when you're using one of those. If you really want to consolidate, what do I need? I literally would recommend a medium and a short, or a small, large and small, of both these brushes, because you'll be able to take care of the eye area, close in areas, and you'll be able to take care of the entire face with this one. With this one, I would actually couple it with a little guy here. If you just want one brush, I honestly would go back to this one. It is the number 160 straight wavy. Love it. I will not be on set without this one. The others, I can say I don't necessarily need. This one, I love. Now to address those of you who are just looking for brushes in their own personal kit for themselves. I have over here mine. Now, I do not carry or put my brushes into a case that looks like my kit, because my brushes do not go on set. My brushes stay at home with me. Or in traveling, they stay in my travel case. Now, in here, I actually have a combination brush. This one is 158. One side is considered contour or blush. The other side is considered powder or blush. Completely up to you. But this is the one I use for my powders on everything. I do also have this one, which is also a powder brush. It is very similar to this brush. This is 156 in the Artisan brushes. This one is number 24 in the Sable brushes. They're both also used for powder and for blushing. That's what's in my kit, so that's what I would recommend. I would say this brush of what I have down here, which again is the 156. You really do not need to inundate yourself in your personal kit with so many brushes. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. There will be links below for all of the products I used today. If you have any questions, please contact me or leave a comment below. I will get back with you as soon as I can. Thank you.